on this Oklahoma staff going to work here for the Sooners.
From Nicole May, you're going to see a lot of curve rise action, some off speed, and whenever her off speed is on, it's really firing, and that's whenever you see Nicole May do some of her best work. But she's backed by a pretty stellar defense.
Started in Cathedral City, Oklahoma and Mississippi State. May's first pitch misses for ball one.
And they have a game plan going in, and they did such a good job of not falling into the pitcher's trap, but sticking with their own game plan.
5-pitch walk. Got her. Nearly an at-bat full of balls, straight into strikes.
That was a great bounce back at bat from Nicole May, getting this one pitcher's pitch on that river, a little bit on the line, but
Echo at first. She's been quiet so far. That's a nod of respect for Hansen. Lifted into center, continues to carry, and it's over the head of Coleman. That ball kept going and going. The opening lead belongs to the Bulldogs. Sacco across thanks to Cook.
And that is exactly what we talked about. That pitch, an off speed, not a bad pitch, but that was a hit and run. Mississippi State, it doesn't matter if it's a bunt, it doesn't matter if it's an action call. They like to be able to get the ball rolling, get some action going. That one was shot well over the head of Jada Coleman, which if you've seen Oklahoma, you know that's not an easy task. That was a great job by Cook, staying on that pitch, staying on that off speed, extending through it, getting that hit.
How about the start to the year for Paige Cook? That's her 5th double. I think she might have made a mistake along the base paths, though.
Maybe thinking missing first base. Got first. Got second. Not too sure why they're calling the out. I can see the confusion. Kind of share it with Mississippi State right now. These umpires are just trying to figure it out, make the right call.
Ron, Megan, and Robbie will gather. And no change to the signals, so it looks like Cook will be out. Maybe stepped off the bag before it was a fully dead play.
I know
we saw a lot of that. Shoot.
Runner left early. I'm pretty sure it was a runner leaving early on that steal. We mentioned it was a hit and run. So it was a straight steal. Runner left early. So they're bringing Cook back to the box. Going to re-hit, and it's a dead ball. Yeah.
And you don't win back-to-back by accident. Cook had to go up top to get that. It's by Hodge. So Cook finds a way on regardless, and the inning continues. That is crushed into left. Hit it high, let it fly. It's a Blaine bomb. They have no interest in losing it anytime soon. Hawkins down on the dropper. Nicole May bounces back, but Jessie Blaine crushed one into the California night, straight from Cathedral City to the depths of Wrigley Field in Chicago. A moonshot here, and the Bulldogs lead it 2-0. What a start. Jada Coleman gets the big hop. Edwards can't quite play it. Jada Coleman has that effect. A leadoff base runner for OU.
This is the second ball that we've seen that's been hit so hard, it just kind of ricochets off of the infielder. This one, it's not an overly difficult one, but whenever you add in an extra 10 miles an hour and
Wesley's going to try and deny TRA history, at least for a little bit. Oklahoma's got plenty of games with us here on Wrigley Field the next couple of days. Beautiful change from Wesley. Pop throw doesn't turn two, but that's a nasty off speed for Aspen Wesley.
I mean, just the sheer amount of fans that are there.
That too. Hansen unloads. Kinsey Hansen, one of the best to ever do it at Oklahoma, adds another.
They call her K9 because she's a big dog, and that was a big hat. Kinsey Hansen sends it right in the same place that Blaine hit it just half an inning ago. And this score is all tied up 2-2 as Oklahoma responds.
Nearly all of it is in the top 25 right now. But State certainly understands that challenge. That changeup from Aspen Wesley has been straight cash. Hull hits it well back up the middle. A leadoff base runner for the second straight inning. You have been treated to a show. Maddie Kennedy chops it up, and it gets by Jennings. Don't see that a whole lot. Bulldogs in business.
This Mississippi State team came to play. This one, choppy on this field. We already know we've seen some high bounces, but Jennings, she waits back a little bit too long, tries to turn it into a backhand. Like to see her move through that one a little bit, but aggressive base running by Mississippi State.
Edwards chops it up. Hull comes home and makes the play.
Hitting the first or second ball, they're going deep into the count. They're seeing a lot of pitches. They're communicating with each other in the dugout.
Jacko chops it up and forces Jennings to dive. Here's the wide turn from Sells. The Bulldogs reclaim the lead.
And the payoff of not going on those pitches that were in the dirt, being a smart runner at second, that is what you were waiting for. This one, deep in that 5-6 hole, you can see Jennings trying to get to it, not able to. And the speed, and that's where bringing in the pinch runner, that pays off. And the Bulldogs, they're fired up in that dugout.
Chopped up again. This time, it's no issue for Jennings. She is the straw that stirs the drink there at short. She'll be all right. Right now, it's Sierra Sacco putting the Bulldogs back up by 1.
I was a skee ball gal myself. I don't know. That's where I got all my tickets.
That's another one. Hey, skee ball is the secret to getting a bunch of tickets. That is 4-3 and well played for the freshman Ella Parker.
That shows that she has confidence in them and their ability to turn it over.
The first two you mentioned were still in high school. Pickering unloads to right, where it sits for Cook. High chop. Only play is at first, and there's nothing there either. Avery.
Batter that we have to watch out for on both sides. Riley Boone definitely one of them, where she's a triple threat. Hit, butt, swing.
Boone rips it into right. She has been so good lately. 6 RBI last weekend. She's got another as Parker comes across stride for stride all night. We're tied again.
Why she is so effective, even against hitters like Oklahoma.
Jada Coleman in range. Sacco lays out and makes the play. What a huge addition out of the portal for Sierra Sacco and Mississippi State. But Oklahoma just continuing to produce an unconventional sac fly, but it does the job.
Yeah, you love that effort right there, the full out dive. You could see she was full extension, but Avery Hodge tagging up right away. A lot of speed there at third.
Appreciate you hanging out with us here on Flow. Nasty from Wesley. She closes the frame, but it's a blue collar inning for Oklahoma. 2 runs on 3 hits.
Had my team that I followed, and for them to be able to step onto the field and compete, it's full circle. One, I've mentioned it every game, so I feel like I have to keep going, but the kettle corn, that one for me is a pretty big one. Tonight. This one just keeps climbing out of the zone.
Across the diamond, Brito up to the task again. So Hawkins gets a hit, but that's all. Oklahoma keeps Mississippi State quiet for the first time. When you're building a complementary staff, it's not one size fits all anymore. You have to be able to have that individualized approach. Payoff pitch on that. Brito was having a tough at bat, and she turns it into a whole lot of success anyway. 1 out double for AB 33.
In on the hands of Sanders.
Diving stop, not gonna be enough. Brito comes home. The Sooners double their lead thanks to the freshman, Ella Parker.
That's gonna be a name that you're gonna be hearing a lot of, not just for Oklahoma, but around the country in freshman of the year conversation. She has a bat that is just unreal. Wesley leaves that one just a little bit over the plate. That's able to score Brito easily.
Right back at it, the turn and fire off the bag. It's 2 outs, so the out at second would have been fine, but Edwards didn't catch the keystone. So Cassidy Pickering reaches, and both freshmen stand on base for Oklahoma.
This one, I almost thought that there was going to be a step on second from Edwards. Maybe by the time it comes around to Brito.
Well, Wesley do it herself. A great grab. She sends it over to Hull to clean it up. Still, Oklahoma producing, thanks to the newcomer, Ella Parker.
Yeah, it becomes so embedded into who you are, that standard, that mindset, that way you think.
Kennedy gives it a ride to right, and Wrigley is just big enough. Pickering at the fence.
I am now, I'm now one of those.
Riley St. Clair hit it perfect. Carries it over the head of Boone. And just like that, a 2-out double for Briley St. Clair. Except for those in their own dugout. May comes home. Goes with the off speed. Did she go? No. Powerful wrists for Sierra Sacco. And the Bulldogs are still alive in the 4th.
That was it. You get to hear her saying, you love to hear that conversation between her and her pitcher.
Scraped that one off the dirt. Gave it a good ride considering, but it sits in the waiting glove of Riley Boone. A hit and a walk, but OU keeps him off the board. It's Oklahoma's bats next. Boone always creates a tough play, but Hawkins
And you see a pitcher who isn't going to blow it by you, but she's going to have that spin. She's going to have that craft. She's not trying to be those other pitchers. She's being the pitcher that she knows how to be.
Jennings, the short throw, the long Hodge. Good speed by Jessie Blaine. To Pickering, the pop for out number 2.
Talk about floating in. This one, top of the strike zone with this off speed.
Hall goes after that one. Hodge goes back and makes the play. Mississippi State had a few runs early, but it's Oklahoma pitching and defense settling in.
At a time. For them, it's all about winning each inning.
5-6 hole. Cassidy Pickering has her second hit. That is 4 total base knocks for the 2 freshmen hitting 6-7 for Oklahoma.
Pickering taking this one where it's pitched, gets it deep into that 5-6. Put a downward angle on that barrel, but that's exactly what she needed. And big smiles from the freshman.
7-3 lead, runner at first here for the Sooners is Cassidy Pickering. Avery Hodge will come up, 1 for 2 on the day. A single and a ball hit straight to Aspen Wesley, who helped pitch in for the out. That one right up.
Yeah, pinch hit here. Lena Torres coming in for Avery Hodge. We've seen them kind of interchange for Oklahoma, battling it out for that second base position. But Torres definitely having a little bit more power. I think that's what Gasso wants in this situation.
Did pick up an RBI versus Lamar last week. All part of that second base rotation for Oklahoma. That is the battle of choice. A lot of these spots pretty solidified by longtime players, most of whom are in the top 3 at their position. But second base, that's a war right now for these Sooners. Meanwhile, Everett missing up top. Delaney Everett hasn't worked very much this year. Threw a couple innings against UAB, and that's about it. But she had a really good first fall. ERA under 1. Gave up 1 hit in her 13 innings pitched. We talked earlier about how Coach T has made an immediate impact on this freshman. She gets a chance right now. They nearly had the room. Everett, the California native, but grew up about 7 hours away. It's a big state. Still, fully understands what this tournament means. Boone puts the 8th pitch in play to center. Sacco retreats and makes the play. Pop throw down to second. Ball dropped at the last second by Edwards. That was a snipe from Blaine. But
especially whenever you're facing a pitcher like Everett, that baseball just looks so good.
Yep. For my money, it's the nastiest pitch in the sport. It's the one that makes softball unique. You can't throw a rise ball in baseball, but in softball you can. And when it's right, it is disgusting. And Everett's got it right now. Just a piece, tough play. Edwards has no play. Oklahoma's speed, the difference maker, and it's Sooners at the corners.
So ones with Avery Hodge and Jada Coleman. This one, it bounces close to the plate, and that is where this field is most bouncy. On that chop, it just has such a high bounce. Cassidy Pickering able to get to third, and by the time that ball is caught by Edwards, there is no play at first. Jada Coleman too fast. Talk about a battle. Fouling those off, getting that lower pitch, making the most of use of her wheels.
That one squirts away. Round comes Pickering. OU adds another.
The error at second, that tag out, being able to be safe, being able to advance on that just choppy ground ball, and then taking advantage of the pass ball.
So Tiare Jennings still with a runner in scoring position. Oklahoma 5 for 10. Hard hit, that's off the foot of Everett. She's fortunately all right. Round comes Coleman. It's a 9 spot on the board for Oklahoma, their second run. Now all the attention will be on the freshman. That was a laser right at her.
Absolutely shot back. Gets that landing foot, that front plant foot, just right on the toe. Coleman, she's able to round and come home easily. That one ricocheted off of ice on it right away. You can tell it's still painful.
Certainly wishing her the best. I'll ice up that ankle good. It does bring in Marin. What a luxury for the Bulldogs to have an experienced sophomore. 18 2/3 innings pitched, a 2.25 ERA, a record of 3-0. 18 strikeouts to just 1 walk. She's already got a no-hitter this year. Came against IUPUI. Been absolutely outstanding. And right now, she will just try and stem the tide, especially because Kinsey Hansen at the plate represents the game-winning run for the Sooners.
We all know what she's capable of. Back in the first, that 2-run homer to tie it back up against a monster first inning by Mississippi State.
Flared up and straight into the waiting glove of Hawkins. So Marin comes in and does the job. Mississippi State and Oklahoma. State comes out with another one in the second. OU doubles that with 2. Then 1-2-2 for Oklahoma. They have not stopped scoring. 0 empty frames, and S.J. Guerin adds another strikeout.
Big strikeout from S.J. Guerin. This ball, what do you see? What are you noticing?
Juana starts plenty as well. Short throw there. Jennings to Hodge for the out. Only play to be had. So Brownlee's still productive, but Edwards down.
Brownlee just getting on top of this, just a little bit. Easy play to Jennings to get that lead out at second. And I think we'll see St. Clair enter back in.
Quana's job was at the plate. Her team will pick her up. It is indeed Briley St. Clair re-entering and running at first base. Patty Gasso come out and talk to her entire infield, as well as S.J. Guerin. Understanding there's a difficult out at the plate, Sierra Sacco is a chaos creator. She has been on base all 3 times today.
I think that'll do it for S.J. What a great outing by her. Definitely throwing these Mississippi State hitters off balance. And whenever you see Oklahoma pitch by committee, that's when you know they got a staff. See who's coming in next.
She's got 1 2/3 done. Big arm coming out of the pen. Maybe the best pitcher in the Big 12 in 2 different uniforms will come in and try and pick up the final few outs in this one. Kelly Maxwell, the story of the offseason, checks in for the first time here at Mary Nutter wearing an Oklahoma jersey.
Still
They came from Oklahoma
takes
State.
me a minute. Still takes me a minute to get used to seeing Kelly in the Oklahoma jersey. I'm so used to seeing her in the Oklahoma State orange, playing against her. But I've heard that it's been a very, very welcoming, seamless transition. And got the chance to talk to Jen Rocha and just hear her talk about how it's gone between her and Kelly being a grad transfer, being able to bring in all her knowledge and obviously a great pitcher in her own right, but just learning and molding and just two really great softball minds coming together. She said it's been a lot of fun.
No doubt about that. A lot of talent in that room. Numbers for Kelly thus far on the year: 3-0. She's thrown 14 innings pitched. ERA of 0.5. McNeese got her for 1 run. That's the extent of it. 13 Ks, 2 walks. Sierra's perfect on the day. Different look in the circle right now. Maxwell. Pitch just misses. It's pretty remarkable. These are two players who nearly wound up in very different spots. Sierra Sacco was going to go junior college until La Tech's coach happened to see her and was like, whoa, that's a good player, and brings her up, and then she lights up Conference USA. And meanwhile, on the other end of it, after Kelly Maxwell's first year with Oklahoma State, Kenny Gajewski really had to challenge her, saying, hey, you're having a tough time and can't really get a whole lot of outs. But she responded to that challenge and has become one of the best anywhere in America.
Yeah, really known for that backdoor curve. You just saw on that last one, kind of handcuffed Sacco on that pitch.
About 3 straight 8+ pitch plate appearances for Sierra Sacco. Did in the second, did in the fourth, doing it right now in the 6th.
Slight work from her.
Yeah, that's what you want out of your leadoff. She really is the prototype. Gets on base at an absurd clip, forces pitchers to work, and when she does get on base, she'll turn 1 base into 2 pretty regularly.
And gets on base, being able to be moved over, but you have Cook not too far behind her, and she has been going off this year, so that's a great combination.
Top shelf cash. Kelly Maxwell comes in, gets the final out. Oklahoma wants a few more. Portal out of Auburn. Josie was calling her left and right. Come to Starkville, come to Starkville, come to Starkville. And well, here she is, a Mississippi State Bulldog. Brief bobble and sweet recovery. Barbary to Hull. Bonet is a proud partner with Mary Nutter.
Look at this release from Barbary. This one seems like a can of corn. She bobbles it, but she's able to pick it up on that hop. And that release, that's what gets that just in time for Brito. Nice play over there at third by Barbary. And that's big because
strong for both
Oklahoma,
teams.
they've been able to get that leadoff batter on quite a bit these last few innings. And that leads to the success, that leads to runners getting put on base.
Coach Gasso's got the lineup card out. A reminder that Bonet is a proud partner with us here at Mary Nutter. Check out Bonet products and design your new setup. USA Preps is the largest college camp and tournament company in the country with close to 100,000 players helped so far and counting. If you have a player interested in playing college softball, like the players you're watching now, usapreps.com and register for an event. Oklahoma will go to the bench and bring in Riley Ludlam, who has already played a lot of meaningful moments here for Oklahoma. And as we're talking about the transfer portal with Kelly Maxwell and with Jesse Blaine, here's another in Ludlam, a pair of catchers in that list. Ludlam watches ball one.
She's had some moments. We talked about it with Brownlee. She comes in as a pinch hitter, being able to be so successful. Same thing with Ludlam. She's had a lot of success in some big pivotal moments for Oklahoma. A couple of pinch hits where she's been the one to get that go ahead or even the winning run from the plate.
Coach Gasso had a lot of really good things to say about Riley Ludlam in her weekly press conference. Was super impressed with what she did against Central Arkansas and McNeese. She gets a chance right now. That's knocked down by Marin. Her effort rewarded. Pitchers fielding their position, something we've seen so much of this year, Nicole. And Josie's another great example.
Yeah, this one lower in the zone, but Ludlam does such a good job just getting through that ball. Marin, just that glove, being able to tip it out of the way. The pinch hitter with Quincy Lilio.
And she watches ball one. Leo, another one competing for that second base spot. Right now, though, she'll focus on the efforts with the bat. Picked up 4 at-bats last weekend for Oklahoma. Gets her first here in the opening salvo for the Sooners here at Mary Nutter. Look at Josie Marin again. Had to come into this one in kind of an emergency situation after the ball hit Delaney Everett. And Josie's pretty familiar with that. She had a midseason injury herself last year, rehabbed it through the summer, and now back and firing for Mississippi State. So that's big time. A great change right there.
It's a nice pitch on that inside half. We've been seeing a lot of off speeds from both teams tonight on that inner half of the plate. Typically, you see pitchers want to go away with that off speed, but it's been pretty effective.
Chopped up by Lilio. Goal number 1 for State right now is just get to the 7th. Extend this game as much as you can. Give yourself a chance. Even if you don't wind up winning it, you can build a lot of momentum. Bulldogs have Fullerton coming up and Fresno State. And a split doubleheader tomorrow. After that, they get back to Starkville, the Bulldog Invitational. Both these teams have a home series awaiting after the action here at Mary Nutter. We will talk about that home series for Oklahoma a little bit in our next game. Do a little tease ahead for the matchup with Wisconsin. It's a humongous home game for Oklahoma. Great job by Lilio. She works the walk.
Corey, you're teasing them. You're teasing them, Corey.
Hey, we got to show them a lot of love. If you know, you know. Reason to watch ahead. For now, it is Oklahoma. The possibility of ending this game. Cassidy Pickering represents the potential game-winning run.
See another pinch hitter here Coach Gasso definitely
And a
wanting
core.
to get off the bench and give them their reps, give them their opportunities.
And Core goes after one that dives through the zone.
Nice pitch by Marin. That one on the inner half, and it's just dying down, gets under the barrel.
Core's had 3 total at-bats so far as an Oklahoma Sooner. Really limited last year due to a back injury, but well, she's back now. A chance to make a difference in this one.
See a little bit of conversation here between the staff. I think there was a bit of a mix-up on a few of the pitches. And the staff is just making sure that they're all on track. A lot of smiles.
And if you're going to have those cross-ups, you do it now, right? That's part of what the preseason is all about, working through your communication. I mentioned it is a new pitching coach in Starkville, so that does change some of the flow a bit. But you get that out of the way right now. You can laugh about it so that when the games really take on high stakes, particularly in the postseason, which is the focus for Mississippi State after getting left out last year, you are ready to go.
Marin, she's really pounding that lower inner half to Core, just going at her right there, right there, right there. The last 3 pitches in that same exact spot. It's a great setup.
Squirts away. Extra 60 feet. Right now the focus is on Core. The Leo's run matters, but Core at the plate is much more significant.
This one in that same location, just a little bit farther down. You could see Marin was hoping that Core would chase after that one. Stick out of the hand. It started off too low. There's that high. Marin gone to that same pitch 4 pitches in a row. Not afraid to work that spot.
No.
Core's been chasing after it.
That's the thing. If it ain't broke, right? 2-2. There it is. Little rising action. Marin earns the K and forces this thing to go the distance. Mississippi State looks to build momentum as we go to the 7th. Plays a great game with a late surge against the Cornhuskers. They're going to be hungry when we see them tomorrow. UCLA finishing their doubleheader. A narrow win. And then we have these 2 great matchups right now in State and Oklahoma, with OU surging late. And of course, it is approximately 9:45 Pacific time between Wisconsin and Oklahoma. It will depend what type of rally State has.
Tell you what, though, I was pretty impressed with the games that we had earlier. It has been some battles. We've seen a lot of great games here on Wrigley. But the biggest thing that I like to see was UCLA and how they responded from their first 2 weeks to how they look today. It was night and day different.
Yep.
That's a great thing about postseason.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter how you start. It matters how you finish in June. And I think Mississippi State, they're coming out hungry. And they're a really good team. If they can maintain that, and be hungry and continue to push and continue to strive. We'll see them later on in postseason, but it is a long, long season. But they are looking pretty good here to start off their year.
A lot of the players have talked about it, saying you never forget the feeling of not hearing your name called. You know, we always think of the celebratory video. Everyone loses their mind when you see your school's name pop up on the screen, but the opposite is very much true as well. And so Mississippi State, I don't think they're hurting for bulletin board material. Even if they fall in this one, they are going to have that hunger all year, I have no doubt.
And then there's the obvious. Most people want Oklahoma to lose. They have won back to back to back. The amount of, can somebody else please just win already? But what they have done has been nothing short of amazing. If they pulled off, ultimately that's every team's goal, is to get to the national championship, be that last team standing. Obviously, Oklahoma very familiar with that feeling. But if they could get back to back to back to back, that'd be the first time ever.
Quality plate appearance for Barbary. She works the walk. Only UCLA in '89, and these Sooners have even put together the 3 in a row. So Oklahoma certainly trying to make history. This would be their 63rd win in a row. And of course, the other element of it is the chase for 8, Nicole. The overall championships sit at 7. I think you know a thing or two about that. Paige Cook watching 0-1.
Cook, she has been on fire tonight. A couple of hard hits, took a walk. Been definitely an impact play for Mississippi State, not just tonight, but throughout this preseason run that they have been having. It's easy to see why. The way that the ball just flies off of her bat.
It's funny how we talk about how modern college athletics has changed so much and divisions don't mean as much as they used to. Kelly Maxwell is a great example, going from Oklahoma State to Oklahoma. Paige Cook's another great example. She grew up in Georgia. She loved UGA. She wanted to be a different type of Bulldog. But over the course of the recruiting process, found out, hey, the right home for me is in Starkville, not Athens.
To that point, I mean, as a kid growing up, you have this image in your head of, wow, this is where I want to go, but there's a program out there for everyone. I truly believe that, whether it's a Power 5 school, whether it's small D1, whether it's D2, D3, JUCO, there's so many options out there for those who want to play. And then it's not just about where you go, but the right fit for you.
Yep.
And obviously Cook, she's in a right fit. She has settled it very, very nicely.
That's why I think it was a great decision, and it impacted this sport more than any other when the NCAA said, you know, I think we've had enough of kids committing to colleges. Let's cut that one off a little bit before we start getting 5-year-olds signing letters of intent. And so we've kind of curbed what was getting a bit ridiculous with the baby commits. So you have at least a little time to try and find truly the right fit.
Backdoor getting away from Maxwell. Mississippi State runner in scoring position for the first time in a couple of innings. Really, truly feeling like there's a threat. No outs. one of the best hitters in their lineup up at the plate. She has been battling pitch after pitch. She draws a full count.
And just survives the piece.
I mean, look at that battle. That is an excellent pitcher's pitch by Maxwell. Backdoor right on that corner. And she's just barely getting that one. She is battling, waiting for that pitch to come inside so she can turn on it.
And that's a quality 8-pitch walk for Paige Cook.
And the discipline, the battle from Mississippi State has paid off. That's 2 walks in a row there for them. And that's free bases. That's free base runners. You get a hit, and all of a sudden, runners who weren't supposed to be on the base, and now they're scoring. That is huge.
Brings in Jessie Blaine. All of a sudden trying to keep the good going here for Mississippi State. She goes after a riser for strike 1. At a bare minimum, Bulldogs doing the rest of this field a favor. Those 2 walks are on a combined 15 pitches from Kelly Maxwell. And so the Bulldogs driving the pitch count up. They want to score runs, but at least creating some tax on these arms.
And Blaine is eager for those pitches. She likes those. After 2 walks, so yes, you want to be attacking, but you also want to be smart and make Maxwell come to you.
Goes after 1 outside part. Kelly Maxwell bounces back for the first out in the 7th.
Talk about the differences in those. You said 15 pitches. This one was a 3-pitch at bat. 3 swings and misses in a row. That last one up on that outside corner. See Blaine, no legs, just kind of waving at that pitch. Great late movement by Maxwell.
Hawkins watching strike 1. Maxwell, in her entire Oklahoma career, which spanned about 10 games now, had only walked 2. We'll match that in just this game. Which meant you knew she'd probably come back a little angry.
I mean, that one just kisses that outside corner. We talked about back in the 3rd, a pitcher who's able to throw pitchers' pitches. It gives them the ability, early on in the count, it gives them the ability to start working that ladder, whether it's working the ladder out, working the ladder up. And that's what we've seen from Kelly Maxwell, that last pitch, just a little bit farther outside, but the hitter feeling like they need to protect. Get them going after balls that aren't even on the chalk line, or aren't even on the plate, but those are in the river, closer to the chalk line.
Hawkins battling at age of 47, down swinging. A great fight, but it's back-to-back Ks for Kelly Maxwell.
I love that sequence. Backdoor, backdoor, backdoor. This one up in the zone for the swing and miss. Maxwell definitely found a groove after walking the first 2 batters. She gets back-to-back Ks.
Lexi Sosa will come in. It's funny, right as I'm railing against young commits, the youngest verbal commit ever for the UCLA Bruins will come in and make her appearance in this game. She was hardly starting out middle school when she decided she wanted to take her talents to UCLA. She got over 20 offers when she was 13 years old. Took last year off to get right, and now joins this Mississippi State program. Been really, really good the last couple of months in the circle. Right now, she'll grab it back.
Nice job by Hansen going after, asking if that was a check swing, gets that call for her pitcher. And I do think it's such a great thing that rule changed, because as somebody who myself, I got recruited early, a lot of people that I know got recruited early. It's the excitement. It's, ooh, I want to go here. This is flashy.
Absolutely.
But whenever you're in middle school getting recruited, I mean, I thought that I was going to be a fashion designer. I never would have guessed that I'm doing what I'm doing now. And not to say that you can't change your mind once you're older.
Sure.
But you do get a better sense of things that you're interested in. You do get a better sense of things that are important to you, things that you want to see in a program, things that you want to see in a school.
Yeah. Sosa watching strike three. Maxwell does her thing, and the streak lives on for the Oklahoma Sooners. 63 wins in a row. Double figures here in 2024. And the champs roll on as they prepare for the back end of their doubleheader against Wisconsin. Oklahoma was going stride for stride early, Nicole, but they did what they do late.
Yeah, it was nice to see a whole staff used in this game. You had Nicole May, S.J. Guerin, and Kelly Maxwell to wrap it all up. Ended up that last inning with 3 Ks back to back to back. But I think the thing that impressed me the most, and I took most notice of, is they scored almost every single inning except for the 6th.